The reason why we're focusing on European football is because it's the biggest market in the world.
I'm Will. I'm Tyler. We're building Alpha FC. It's essentially a platform where fans can engage football clubs and vote on all the decisions that those clubs make.
We're growing out their team in the 6th tier, so it kind of gives us the model to grow and adapt and expand.
By this token sale, the amount we expect to raise will 10x the current budget. So feasibly, we'd be able to buy players that will run through the 6th tier and get us promotion. Fans could buy shares in the club that we're planning on purchasing, and they'd be able to vote on every decision, from what kit you want the team to wear in a particular game, what song you want the team to walk out to, what players to sign from free agency, what players to trade for.
I think the idea is good, but it has to be centralized.
Yeah, it's going to be centralized.
And I pretty much see this as a DAO.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Product cannot be run by a DAO. There's no way.
That is that's one of the main concerns we've been thinking about. That's why we want to limit the decisions to only things that...
Aesthetics, okay. Anything else, no, is the way I would see it.
We realized pretty quickly after talking to Imran that most fans may not want to make those decisions. The analogy that's easiest to conceptualize it with is, we just had the election. We don't want to vote for every law. We want to vote for somebody that's going to decide those laws and decide on people that are going to decide those laws for us. So we quickly pivoted to now the fans are in charge of everything cultural, and at the end of the season they will be able to vote to terminate the president, and in that case they can vote to elect a new president, but they're not going to be able to vote on any individual operational decisions.
I'm just giving you my feedback as a potential user. I don't care about any of that.
Okay.
I had the same feedback, by the way, with the
with performance
the voting, and performance operations.
Mm-hmm. You have the feeling of being a real owner of the team.
As a hardcore fan, is there things that you want to see in a platform, or I know you say you don't like the platform or you don't want the platform at all, but if you were a user, are there things that you would like to see or interact with?
Nothing. I just want to see my team perform.
Just want to see them win.
I don't like it.
Why? I think it's a really cool experiment.
Yeah, but we're not in the business of funding experiments.
Yeah, we are.
No.
Yeah, we are.
We're in the
Pump That Fun was an experiment. All this stuff.
No, Pump That Fun, we knew something was there.
We knew something was there, but it was still, I feel like that's exactly where this is.
Pump That Fun was a business experiment. This is an intellectual experiment.
No, I think this is a business experiment.
I don't see it. How do they make money?
Huh?
How do they make money?
I think they make money through ownership of the teams. That's the upside.
The guy does not even follow Premier League. He's not even a soccer fan. He told me the name of a team that he thought it was in the Premier League. I told him no, the team is not in the Premier League, because I watched the Premier League for 25 years.
We'll see how they do. The other thing I want to look for is people that push back. Push back in front of me. Don't just say yes, 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 and then go back and work on the same idea. Push back. We were debating for an hour on why his idea sucks in its current form. But if we improve it over time, it could become a very good idea. So he was stubborn, but he was willing to talk to me about it.
Yeah, that feedback is probably the most helpful that we've gotten along this journey so far, and I think it's going to make our product a lot better.
After we debated for an hour, he left, and he pulled me to his side the very next day. He goes, I thought about it, and I think you're right. And so he goes, here are the things that I think we should do. And so they cracked out the code that same day, and the next day he's like, I'm ready to talk to you again, or I'm gonna talk to Chow next. This gives me some inclination that the founder is stubborn but flexible in the long term, and that's exactly what we look for. We don't want someone that just says yes to everything also, or no to everything.
How do you play their app?
Guess.best is a new type of social betting game where players win by guessing the majority opinion between two pictures. No complex rules, no trivia. It's just instinct.
Nice.
Everybody wants to make money, everybody wants to have fun, and people want social interaction.
I'm in. I like the team. I like how they think about product. They're improving it every day, and they're testing it with users every day.
I don't know if it'll scale, but I like the product so far. I actually enjoy playing the app.
I was hooked immediately.
Yeah.
So what we saw is that naturally, people were commenting on the different questions we put forward, and people were becoming really funny. And so we decided to create a mode where you're actually incentivized to put funny comments
the social stuff, like I feel like that's something you could add later, right? Like the comments and the shares. I feel like that's additional. Like the game itself is nice, right? Like make it more interactive, add more questions, make it more frictionless. People can play for free or people can play for money, and then more questions, make it easier for everyone to trade.
Yeah, we need to work on the products.
It's what I'm saying, it's already like kind of there. Cool, I think I have somebody waiting, but yeah, it was great.
So much.
Of course.
Great.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
My name is Rashan.
My name is Ebenezer. I'm from Ethiopia.
I'm originally from Pakistan.
Came here when I was 10, so hometown.
Also pretty much grew up here.
We're building a game for meme coin communities to do something with their liquid tokens.
Think little blobs eating, big blobs eating smaller blobs, and the whole point of the game is get as big as possible, accumulate as much mass.
The game that we're building is a crypto-infused version of Figario, and so you buy into lobbies with a minimum bet, and you play the game. If you beat other players, you take their stake.
The whole idea was like we need to iterate as fast as we can, because as many iterations as we can do in this 10 days, the better the outcome will be. So that's when we decided, hey, let's just simulate the game with some money, even if it's not going to be on-chain transactions, and see if people are actually going to have fun. No way! No way!
Fans just split. GG. Yo. All right. Oh my God! I double tapped. T-Nasty space, bro, space. Yes.
I think we were playing this game in middle school and high school. The same exact thing that we're kind of looking at, and also speculating in the crypto markets. We're combining two of the things that we grew up doing and offering it to other people, and then building more games for people to do that, and also creating a platform for people to get their games out to real users that are looking for things to do with their liquid tokens.
I think that like Roshan's game is a perfect zero-sum game because you're literally eating these other blobs and kind of like absorbing their money as mass. And I think like crypto doesn't have enough simple multiplayer games where you can bet. Like that is it's a cool niche.
This is a very cool idea. I like it a lot.
What resonates most with us, Luca, who came to present, because he really pointed out what we should be focusing on, and that's something that we've been doing as well, is our community.
Live from NFT NYC at the Pudgy Penguins
They were
event.
slept on. Now it's time to wake up, guys.
Based off of my learnings at building Pudgy, a Web3 company is not predicated on the technology in which you build, but the cadence in which you build it.
My name is Luca Netz. I am here to give some feedback to all of the amazing builders at this Alliance Hackathon.
Community is really important. It's really important to trigger social media algorithms or Amazon algorithms. It's really important to give your first 200 reviews on your product. They are really important if somebody tries to go against you and someone tries to FUD you or your product. Like it starts and stops with them, and this is the part where most people, this is the difference.
This industry rewards the people that never give up. I've never seen an industry like this that rewards the people who stay consistent and persistent. So I think when you get into this, just know that as long as you don't have a giving up mentality, you'll be fine.
Walmart actually turned, so I had a relationship with Walmart, but they actually turned us down. It wasn't until we did like $500,000 in revenue in like 36 hours on Amazon did Walmart basically say, like, they called me like 2 days later after they saw that, and they said like, we want you in Q4 in the pallet, and that changed everything. The whole strategy around Amazon and how that all transpired, because they had turned me down because we weren't a big enough brand, was because I told our community, I was like, look, I know how the Amazon algorithm works. Like if I have 2,000 people in 2 minutes go click on this link and buy something, like I'll be #1 across the board. The people with the aligned incentive to go and do a task that I instructed them to do made me 1 across everything on Amazon, every toy category, right? Which then gave Walmart FOMO, which then created, one of crypto's biggest moments of 2023.
If you look at Alliance, our community is our founders.
Okay. And the final winner for the program is RizTag.
It'll be nice to see him again, but yeah, it is kind of funny.
I texted him at 11 p.m. at night, and the guy flew, the first flight out, or the second flight out, he flew to Chicago and gave a speech.
So 3 of our guys from 3 different teams came together.
What we were doing was fun, but I'm not sure the product itself was fun. But the second slop clicked, it's just only been fun.